maybe spend a little bit more, okay, for that one, and then to get the trend on. I think that's the thing, because a lot of companies actually have tried it. Okay, the very like even in the 70s, I remember in the 70s, Esprit actually did the collection for that one, but it didn't work out because why? So expensive. Okay, when we look at a jacket on that side and look at the jacket on this side, definitely the consumer will go for the cheaper one rather than for the eco-friendly ones. Okay, so I think that we need a lot of education to do that. And also is when we talk about up market or whatever. Okay, Mati Magiela. Okay, because he did that. But the thing is the price, okay, for that collection is much higher than his other collections. Okay, so but the thing is, it's good that I know that at least now in Hong Kong there are two companies. Okay, if I can name the names, IT, okay, and Joyce. Actually, they are trying to get our students, okay, to do something that is upcycle.
Yeah, but if all these designers who are now getting into this upcycling business or, thinking about things, if they're designing really desirable garments, people will want them, won't they? And it will work like that.
Yeah, I think one more thing is that people got to learn about how to appreciate good quality garments. I think that's a big movement because of the fast fashion rising this 20 years, and it's made the market have loads of cheap but bad quality garment, and people got to wear it 5 times and then throw it away. That's a really big waste of the whole environment. So with the industry making more design that with good quality but a little bit higher price, then would be better. But then it's the market driven how it's gonna go.
So it's like market forces, isn't it? I mean, if the market forces dictates that consumers would buy sustainable garments like at a more premium price, but would that be down to design or the fabric, the materials, or the cutting, or the silhouette? Will all this be important or key to their buying decisions? Natalie, what are your thoughts on that?
Why not? I think it should be, yeah. And I think it's getting like that. It wasn't. It was terrible.
Right, yeah. And Barney, I mean, do you, I mean, in terms of, so, I mean, if you were to adopt sustainable fashion, or maybe you decided to design a separate line, what would your approach be? Like, probably if we looking further down the future, maybe our
Because
students can learn. Maybe.
because I'm more in this on this like the luxury high end. Then basically just even as long as the material is nice, it doesn't really matter whether it's new or not. And one of the great things that the it's like the spin masters at the wool association or whatever, or wool council
Yeah.
came up with is that there were a lot of mills that went out of business in it's like in Scotland and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and then these
The
people
traditional
had this
mills.
amazing idea of, well, it's all there, it's all dead stock, we'll just buy it at a really cheap price, and then they have it, they document it when they have it, and now they are repackaging it as vintage, um, unavailable heritage fabric
Right.
that then they can mark up 100 times. And so like now, and what they've done is like beauty contests. Everyone loves the most beautiful person, nubile, whatever, and so they've done the same with sheep. And so they have a bunch of judges that go to all these different farms in New Zealand, in Australia, and then they award that year's best looking sheep with the best wool,
The most
and then
beautiful looking sheep. Yeah.
yes, and so stuff like this is crazy, because then it's all about marketing. It's how you spin it so that it looks attractive, and so it's still the same sheep that the year before didn't win, but because now you have a tag saying that this is like vintage 1996 sheep of the year. Peop, you go to Loro Piana or you go to Xenia, they can charge you close to $750,000 for a bespoke suit.
Yeah. Totally.
That the cost is what, like 2,000 Hong Kong. So it's really is about how you can package it, and the great thing is because a sheep will have a limited number of like whatever volume of shearings. Yes, and so that one year, supposedly they can spin enough fabric for 30 suits. And so as time goes along, let's say maybe like Li Ka-shing bought 10, and then Yang Xiaoxing bought another 10, and there's
Another
10
20.
left, and then the price keeps on going up.
Right.
You know,
right,
so
right. It
Why?
drives the prices up, isn't it?
yeah, so it really is how you creatively look at a situation. So other people would say, "Oh, that's dead stock," you know, but then other people are making it into like seriously like woolen gold. It's got
Mm.
it's more expensive than diamonds.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
like you said, it's about story, isn't it?
Exactly.
The story of the
It, like,
brand, because you hear a lot. I mean, it is not necessarily about the products, but it's about the
Mhm.
story.
Yeah.
Something that's intangible.
Yes.
In a sense. Would you agree? Would you self-agree that branding, the story is more important now?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It's all about
Because it sells the product, doesn't it?
yeah.
Joey can just
Joey.
blog that all these things are fabulous and people will believe
Yeah.
him.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Just kind of put the links
That
together.
to you.
Yeah. What has happened to you? Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, it really is about the opinion leaders, because
Right.
it's the 20% that leads the rest of the 80% that just
Yeah.
blindly follow whatever they say. So
Because
so
the
it
bloggers
re-
are the leaders.
no,
now, aren't
it's
they,
not
really?
blindly,
Along
but
with
you
the
know
trend
they
leaders.
have a voice. So if you have a voice, you have to make a difference and stand up for what you believe in, and you know so. You know, I might tell everyone, believe in God, and then he was saying stuff like equality. You know, it's like gay marriages are the best, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
it really is whatever you believe in, you have to be true to it, and you have to make it your best, it's like product in a way.
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's like being a trendsetter, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Natalie, yourself, do you have anything to final to say regarding sustainable fashion or the future of the industry?
Now I thought I'd said enough about it.
Okay, Raymond, do you have any final words to say for the future of the industry? Any words of advice? You talked about sustainable fashion. You talked about education. How do we educate?
I think we have really have to educate them, and but also not even the industry, but also the consumer as well, okay, about that. And just like in certain countries, why certain apples, they even they're willing to pay more, okay, for that one, is because they actually are patriot on that, So I think that yeah, we take some time to do that.
But I think all the students nowadays are really interested in it, which they weren't 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Because they are socially aware in that sense, aren't they? Okay, so
Because
Jenny,
we're wrecking the world, folks.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's obviously. I mean, as I was saying, I mean, fashion is perishable goods, isn't it? So that's why I think it's like Barney was saying. It's about time we put our foot on it and then kind of start making some changes. Charlie, any final words to say about that? Sustainable fashion or the future of the industry?
I do think there will be some new technology coming to make the change that we may not expect it now. But I do believe there is something happening, and the thinking of people will change when they get bored of the mass market fashion, fast fashion.
Okay. I was gonna ask you any advice for new aspiring designers, but I think we'll do that for the Q&A. Okay. So I think that this about wraps our question and dialogue up, and then next part we move on to Q&A session. So I'm sure the audience have a lot of questions to ask our guest speakers. So if you any questions, please raise your hand. Hello. Don't be shy.
問中
Come
文
on.
都得嘅喎，
Come forward.
佢唔識聽啫嘛，即係你可以問我哋幫佢答咯。
I'll try my best to translate. Yeah,
Why not?
if
Yeah.
you say Chinese, yeah. Anyone? Oh, we have one. Oh, great.
For designers, is it like really hard if you get the balance of when you got some customer asking you doing something really ridiculous, and how you get balance with your own style together with their requirement?
Maybe Charlie, that's for you. Directed
Like,
at you, Charlie.
I mean, firstly, in what sense ridiculous? Like, is it a totally different style that you're working with, or what kind of ridiculous way? It doesn't. Seriously, I would think, and then what's the client? It really depends on many factors. Like, is the client big or like a tailor-made client? And then if I have to do something that totally against my brand, then I actually will, send her to someone else that will suit her better and can help her a lot better. I mean, that will be good for her and good for me as well, because when I do something totally against my brand, it's actually damage my brand image. And for her, for something that she likes, that maybe I cannot make very good design or result for her, then I would send her to someone that can help her really good. Then maybe and then be friend of her. Then maybe her friend will come from us as well in the future. So I mean, I look at it like a long-term way. Or do you have any? I think you must have
It's a
so
long-term
many
relationship,
clients.
isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so there's this bride to be called Esther, and her husband's called Harvey. So she said, our short name is Harvest. And so, being a very typical Hong Kong person, she wanted everything auspicious. And so, her wedding gown, she wanted it to be a horn of plenty, which means it's basically like just like a little container with fruit spilling out. So she wanted her wedding gown to be purple with gold grapes spilling from her boobs. So as a designer, if anyone says yes here, you shouldn't be sitting here because that's bad taste. But and so I referred her to different designers, and the different designers called back and said, "咁樣玩我啊你?" So ended up everyone that I like sent her to, they refused her, and so she ended up having a white wedding gown. She still hates me to this day. So whatever, she's a great PR maven now, but she still thinks that I was too rude to her in sending her, sending her off to someone else. But she actually still, whenever she sees me, she thanks me for keeping her from wearing that atrocity because it really isn't nice. So if you think it's not good, don't do it.
Definitely. Anyone else? Oh, someone at the back. Somewhere.
Hi. I know that as a fashion design student, we should have our own style. But what do you think we should do if someone else came up with the same style? Like exactly same.
You have to fight it out.
You do.
I think either you just drop it and go on to something else. It depends how they. I mean, there's always a feeling in the world. A lot of people have the same sort of feeling at the same time. That certainly happens, just by osmosis. Everyone thinks we're doing carrots this year or whatever. But if it's, I don't know. It depends how close to you this person is. If it's somebody in the same room, another student, maybe you should talk to them. Or just drop it and do something else. And rise above it, I think.
Kind of move on, isn't it? Really, move on to new pastures, new.
Yes. Cry and then go.
Or you just do it better than they do, and then
Yeah, just excel them.
Yeah.
It's the best way to do it.
Or find a new angle, or add on some elements to make it different. I mean, it's like DNA. It's so hard to be like unique between different people. So I think that's always a way that to make your things more unique.
It happens. It happens a lot.
I think that you will never get exactly the same sort of style, or otherwise it's actually someone is copying the other. But the thing is, your teacher has the responsibility to balance it. Okay, when I used to teach, okay, when I see something that is similar between students, okay, I would try using a different way, okay, try to manipulate them, okay, or the person into another direction, okay. But the thing is keeping the sort of signature, okay, rather than saying that, okay, that your classmate is actually kept copying yours, this sort of thing. But I can say that there are cases that somebody may think exactly the same as you, okay. But the thing is, you can't avoid that, okay. You can't avoid that.
It's like healthy competition, isn't it? Really.
Definitely.
it's good. Competition is good. Makes you become
'Cause at
better.
the end of the day, it's the customers will see the difference. Whether the quality is good, whether the cutting's good, and then they'll judge. And so you just have to do your very best. And if if he or she is a great competitor, then you just have to work that much harder to be better than they are.
Damn right. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, at the front there. This gentleman at the front.
Sorry, my question's for Barney.
Barney, yes.
But Charlie was talking earlier before he got here. She was saying that a lot of the bigger brands like Louis Vuitton and things like that, they're often copied by Zara or by H&M and then mass produced within H&M. And also you guys were talking about eco clothing and things
Yeah.
like that. Is there anything that